I'm someone who has learned to stop doom scrolling without deleting any social media apps from my phone. Heck, sometimes I don't even open the apps for weeks, even though the apps are still there installed on my phone. So, in this video, I'll tell you exactly how I stopped doom scrolling without deleting any social media apps from my phone. Because I remember when I first learned that scrolling is bad for you, and I wanted to stop it, but everything I tried didn't help. Everything I tried failed. But then I decided to delete all social media from my phone. And after some time of doing that, I realized that this isn't the best way to deal with this problem. And so I then again installed the apps and then again started my search. But nothing helped. Everything failed until I finally found something. First of all, just briefly, I want to go over why I say that you should not delete social media like for the entirety of your life. Because as a Muslim, you should not be living under a rock. That's my point. That you should know what is going on in Palestine, what is going on in like the entire Muslim world, what is going on in Myanmar, in with like the Uyghur Muslims in Bosnia, in like in Kashmir, in Libya, in Iraq, in Syria, all of these countries, Yemen included, all of these countries, you should know what is happening in the entire world. You should know about the geopolitics, at least the basic geopolitics of the entire world. That is why I say that a Muslim should not, must not, it is his duty that he should not delete all social media from his phone for the entirety of his life. Yeah, of course, if you like, if you have a particular goal in your mind, if you have like exams coming up and you just want to delete social media for that particular amount of time for just your exams, okay, you have the complete green light, you can go and delete it. But just saying that I don't want to delete social media, the entirety of social media for my entire life, that's a bit wrong in like if you ask me, because a Muslim should know what is happening in the entire world. Now let's talk about how doom scrolling actually starts. You wake up or you have some free time on your hand, and so you pick up your phone and then you go on to the social media apps, Instagram or whatever, and then you watch a few reels. And after 2 hours, you realize that 2 hours have passed by and all you have done is just watched reels. Now, how did the doom scrolling actually start? It started with you having free time on your hand. And so, the number one goal here is to make you busy. And before you want to click off and say, well, that's some cliche advice, have you ever thought about that? What would happen if your real life was so fun that you didn't even have the time to scroll? You didn't even wanted to scroll. Well, that's the goal. Making your life in like your real life so fun that you don't even want to scroll anymore. Because to be honest, when I was admitted in the hospital for like 10 days, about more than a month ago now, I scrolled for 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and that's a lot for me. Like, if you ask me, like in my normal days, the maximum amount of time I spend on Instagram is 5 minutes, 7 minutes, maximum 9 minutes. That's my limit. That's the limit I have on Instagram. And after that limit comes on, I am off Instagram. So 30 minutes for me is a lot. But why did that happen? Because when you're in the hospital and you're like just on the bed and you can't move and you can't do anything, there's nothing you can do. You can't work, you can't study, you can't go to the gym, you can't exercise, you can't do anything. All you can do is just use this thing. And you can watch YouTube videos, you can watch documentaries, you can watch podcasts, you can watch lectures. But even watching those lectures is a is a kind of waste of time there, because you can't take notes. And if you know anything about that, like when you don't take notes, you don't really remember things, a lot of the things. And so when you're in the hospital, you can't really do anything productive. And so I ended up like spending one day 25 minutes and another day, even I think around 35 minutes or something like that on Instagram, which is a lot for me. And so we want to make your life so busy that you don't even have the time to scroll. And how do we do that? Well, simple, bro. Add cool things in your life. If you have a lot of free time on your hand right now, just add some cool things in your life. What could be those cool things? Going to the gym, going to run, like going to the mosque, going to Islamic halakas, like learning more about your deen, taking courses about deen, doing martial arts, doing boxing, doing all of these things, learning riding, and then learning how to use a bow. All of these cool things. Learn these cool things that make you think that you're a cool person. I don't know whatever those are, but just add cool things into your life. Because when you have cool things in your life, you will not want to scroll, because instead you have a lot of better things to do. You can go and do swimming, you can go and ride a horse, you can go to the gym, you can go to a run, instead of just looking at your phone and just doing this all the time. No, you don't want, you wouldn't even want to do that. And then after you have started adding cool things in your life, what you want to do is you want to fix a time for social media. Just as like we fix a time for waking up, for when to go to sleep, for going to the gym, for studying, for working, all of the things, we fix a time for social media as well. That could be maximum 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Like you might have to decrease it a little bit every single day, slowly but surely. But in the end, the amount of time I will recommend you is just 10, maximum 15 minutes fixed in your routine. That's the time in which you go onto social media once every single day. You check all the messages, you check all the like daily news and stuff. You check up with your friends, you watch a few reels to just check up or like what is happening in the world and stuff. And then after that time is up, you don't go onto social media apps anymore. And then you go and do the cool things you have added in your life. And so in this way, you will not want to scroll anymore, because now you have better things to do than just sitting in your bed and then just looking at a screen and like just getting cheap dopamine. And if you want pre-access to the complete Muslim self-development course, which I have spent like more than 6 months creating, and it is still under work, you can go and join the community in its pre-access for just $15 forever. Go and check out the first link if you want to join that community. And if for some reason you don't want to join that community, you can go and check out the second link if you're male, and you can go and check out the third link if you're female to join my free communities. Now, the second thing is get scrolling out of your identity. Stop thinking that I scroll a lot. Stop saying to yourself that, bro, no matter what I try to do, no matter how many things, no matter like how many limits, no matter what I try to do, nothing works. Why does it work? Because you think you're a scroller. You think you're someone who spends 4 hours every single day on social media. You think if you don't spend 4 hours every single day on social media, you'll die. Even though that won't happen. Like you can try to do that tomorrow or even today, and you'll understand that you won't die by just like spending less time on social media. Because the reason you spend a lot of time on social media right now is because it has become a part of your identity. You think this is who you are, but now like you have to get that thing out of your identity. And how do you do that? Well, by doing the first thing. When you do well, like when you add cool things into your life, and then when you go and actually do those cool things instead of just scrolling, slowly but surely, within 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, maximum a year, maximum, like that's a lot of time. A year, you wouldn't just like sit there. When I ask you, who do you think you are? You wouldn't tell me that I'm someone who spends 4 hours every single day on social media. No, instead you'll tell me, okay, I study, I work on a business, I have a like purposeful business on which I work on. I go to the gym, I maybe go to running, I know how to ride a horse, I do some martial arts, boxing, like MMA or like something like that. You'll tell me those things because now you do those cool things. Because now those cool things are a part of your identity. Just like just like right now, scrolling is a part of your identity. So get it out of your identity. It doesn't deserve to be in there. Come on, man. And then the third thing is meditation. And before you want to click off and say, oh, wow, that's some cliche advice again, remember, like, do you know that there are scientific studies showing that meditating every single day for just 3 to like 10 minutes increases the logical part of your brain. And if you understand that, you will understand that this will stop doom scrolling. Because doom scrolling only happens when you get so hooked into those reels that you kind of lose consciousness. You don't even know what's going on around you. You don't even know who's talking to whom, what's going on, who's eating what. You don't know any of those things. You're just into this phone, scrolling, 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 like an idiot, like a monkey hooked who has been hooked by his dopamine. So when you increase the logical part of your brain, when you have watched a few reels, 5 reels, 7 reels, 10 reels, your mind will send you the message that, bro, what are you doing? This is not what we're supposed to be doing right now. We have other things to do right now. Go and do those things. That will stop doom scrolling, because now you know you have other things to do, and you will turn off the app and you will go and do those things. How did that happen? Only after you started meditating every single day. So meditating every single day is like just really easy. And if you don't know how to meditate, well, just go to a somewhat of a comfortable room, quiet room, sit in a somewhat of a comfortable place. Then go to your phone, go to your clock app, set an alarm for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, or 10 minutes, whatever you feel like, and then turn on that alarm, and then close your eyes, and then start focusing on your breath. And naturally, you will lose the focus on your breath. And when you do so, just bring your focus back to your breath. And remember, that is the main part of meditation. That is the part in which you make gains. And then after you have brought your focus back to your breath, just repeat this thing as long as that alarm doesn't go off. And when that alarm goes off, you turn off that alarm. And then you go and do whatever you want to do in your life. That's meditation. It takes 3 minutes maximum, 5 minutes, 7, 10 minutes, whatever. Maximum 10 minutes every single day. And it will save you. It will give you back 4 hours, 3 hours, 2.5 hours every single day. And keep in mind, if you want to destroy any bad habit, like eating junk food, spending like playing video games, watching anime, watching movies, watching useless like series and all of that stuff, meditation will help you with every single one of those things. Because increasing the logical part of your brain is the best thing you can do to stopping these bad habits from taking over your life. And then finally, we have a few rules. And the first of those rules is no phone for the first 4 hours of your day. When you wake up, at whatever time you wake up, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., whatever it is, like, of course, you have prayed Fajr before that time. Whatever time you wake up, you don't use your phone for 4 hours after that. So let's say you wake up at 6 a.m. Until 10 a.m., you are not allowed to use your phone, no matter how important it is. You are not allowed to call anyone. You are not allowed to go onto social media apps. You are not allowed to just check on those social media apps, like just go and check Instagram and whatever. Even though you would want to do that, you will really, really want to do that, because right now that is your habit. But you must stop yourself. You must have the willpower to just control yourself, because if you can't even control yourself, then good luck trying to control anyone, and like good luck trying to do anything in your life, because you're the only one. Your mind is the only thing you can control. So learn to control that. But then I'm using my phone right now, and it's 10:26 a.m. right now, and I woke up at 7 a.m. and currently I'm in those 4 hours walk, and I'm breaking that rule. Well, this is where the second part of the rule comes in, that if you need to work, because I'm like recording the audio of whatever I'm speaking on this phone while while the video is on the camera. I need this for my work. Like, this is my work. I have to upload videos. I have to record videos, because that's my work. If you need your phone for your work, it's really important. It can't be ignored. You need that. You can't live without that. Well, then the second part of the rule comes in, which is no social media for the first 4 hours of the day. You have to use your phone. You have to use a recorder. You have to be like go and check up some photos because you need them for studying, whatever. Okay, go and do those things. But you are not allowed to go onto Instagram and just check up on Instagram and like go and use TikTok. I hope you don't use TikTok, because I don't know why people use TikTok. It's just useless. So just don't use any social media for the first 4 hours of the day if you have to use your phone. But all of these things are secondary. But the first thing I told you about, which is making your life so busy that you don't even want to scroll anymore, that's the main thing. So focus more on that while doing meditation every single day. And so, as I said, if you want free access to the full Muslim self-development course, go and check out the first link in the description. Otherwise, go and check out the second and the third links in the description. And so, do good. And inshallah, I will see you in Jannah.
أسمو وأجتاز السماء جلالا فأزيد أسراب الغيوم